Hi guys, I'm doing my bi-weekly video post number 4, and I have some terms that I felt were most important in this week's lesson. So I have cooperation first, which is activities that result in mutual benefit. Competition, which is when two parties strive toward a goal that only one can achieve. Conflict, when one party attempts to directly frustrate the goal achievement of another. Mitigation planning, which is the process of developing options and actions to enhance opportunities and reduce threats to project objectives. 4 types of housing recovery that I found. The first one is emergency shelter. So this is unplanned and spontaneously sought locations that are intended only to provide protection from the elements, typically open yards and cars after earthquakes. The second one is temporary shelter, which includes food preparation and sleeping facilities that usually are sought from friends and relatives or are found in commercial lodging. The third one I have is temporary housing, which allows victims to reestablish household routines in non-preferred locations or structures. And then the last one is permanent housing, which reestablishes the household routines in preferred locations and structures. So a part in this week's lesson that was a little confusing to me at first was just the difference between individual and community resilience. So I feel that because I'm a psychology major, I've only really focused on individual resilience in my classes, but now that I'm taking more sociology classes, community resilience kind of makes more sense, especially after I watched the video which was titled Community Resiliency Public Health Emergency Discussion Series. So they had a program manager, a behavioral scientist, and then they had a clinical health psychologist, and they were just asking them questions. What does resilience mean to you? How can you go about explaining it? So community resilience, what I got from it was just the measure of the sustained ability of a community to utilize available resources to respond to, withstand and recover from adverse situations. So individual resilience is more of like promoting the personal well-being and mental health. So how were they able to withstand from what they went through, the trauma. And then community resilience is like the organizations and the government together working as a team, restoring function. So I finally understand the difference, but it was a little fuzzy to me at first before I watched the video. So then the question I have for the class is, what are some ways a community can practice resilience? Or how would you like your community disaster resilience to be built?